Hola, howdy, hello. So, greetings, folks. In this session of podcast, we are going to see about grassroots income versus neem root income. Okay, so on the last podcast, I have spoken about what a neem root is in terms of foundations and strengthening the base and all those internal factors, right? But what is that grassroots income and neem root income? Okay, so let us find the correlation as well as the differences. Now, when you take a neem root, as I have told earlier, it is like strong on the inside. It is totally strengthened up and it is one mighty root which holds the whole entire plant, sturdy and hard. No matter how much the plant grows, the roots grows more than that. So that is a neem root income. Whereas, have you ever pulled out few stacks of grass from the ground without damaging the roots? And have you seen how the root is? Okay, exactly. Those are fibrous roots. And how do they look? They are branched. And they are not as sturdy as a neem root, but they have a cluster of it which together would hold the plant. Though it needn't be as strong as a neem root because the plant itself is not strong, but when you take a grass root, it holds as much as it wants to in order to carry the plant in a very well mannered way. So now, what is this grass root income and neem root income? Okay, it is exactly how the roots are functioned. So now, when you pull out a neem root and when you pull out a grass root, you just place it on your table and you can see the difference. When you talk about a neem root income, it is like one standard source of income. Like that will be a only business, and that is something which gives you enormous profit. For example, I can quote you the best example of Amazon. So how does Amazon work? It is one brand, but with that one brand, it gives you an enormous amount of profit. So that is the neem root income. Now, what is grassroot income? Okay, now if you take grassroot income, you can take the example of Unilever. So Unilever has multiple brands within it. Though it has a really sturdy income, talking about the multiple sources or the number of branches, Unilever really has a domain. So now you might ask, so how is grassroot income and neem root income related with me? Because we are not as big as those monsters, but we are someone who earn as much as to satisfy our needs. So now, how much do we want? What is our lives and what is the correlation between these roots in our life? So now, here comes a major part which we need to really keep the focus on. Are we going to develop a neem root income or a grass root income? Okay, let me answer you. So, every time when we think about an income source or when we go ahead with a profession, it is very important to have one mainstream. Now, this mainstream would be the major part from where your major source of income comes. For example, take if your income for the month is about 5 lakhs. If you're earning 5 lakhs per month, in this case, your mainstream is responsible for the 3 lakh amount of rupees. So, this is why it is called as a mainstream, because it has a whole strengthened base so that even if the other sources get plugged off, you won't fall down. You will stay stable. So that is that is the meaning of neem root income. Whereas when you take grassroot income, it has lot of branches. Sometimes, for example, you might have an iron and steel business which is your mainstream, and you might also have an e-commerce store. You might also do print on demand. You might also sell or stock goods. So these are your other branches. These also provide you income, but these are not something which you will rely on. This might either be your passion or be something which you do just for the time pass or just for another source of income. So, do you think all the branches of this grassroots income are the same? Not at all. So now, what are the different sources of this grassroots income? In order to elaborate that completely, check out the upcoming podcast. This podcast is only to give you a detailed gist about the differences between neem root income and the grassroots income and the need to secure both. So now if you ask, are they both important? Because I have a steady income as you told. So considering this example, I am happy with 3 lakhs per month. So do you think a grassroots income is vital? COVID has given the answer to this more precisely than I can ever give you. Being shaken, the entire economy is now cringing to grow back. It is totally shaken. Now, with this shake, there, many businesses which are on the top class earning spectrum have collapsed. How is your name route? Is your name route secured? It's super obvious that your name route cannot be plugged out. But what if a storm hits it? That is the reason why you needed grassroots income. Sometimes little can be the most value addition, right? When you have 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs worth of cash on your bank accounts, another 1 lakh wouldn't add up. But when you have only 25 rupees on your bank account, even the next 10 rupees really adds up. So be prepared. Especially after this COVID time, we all of us being witnessing this pandemic, we should never ever shackle up because we already know what change is. We are someone who has stood through change. So do you think we cannot accommodate a change? We definitely can. And that is what a neem root income and a grassroots income is all about. Have one mainstream, be specialized in one part, at the same time, have multiple domain knowledges also. This applies not just to financial but also to skills and appliances. If you are a UX designer, shouldn't be that you should only be a UX designer. You can be a graphic designer, you can be an illustrator, you can be a web developer. Those are just your other branches. So yeah, never restrict yourself from growing your branches. Someday, it is going to anchor you to this ground. So in order to know more about the grassroots income, and as I have told earlier, it's not that it's only about different skills or different growing. There are different types of income with respect to active income, passive income, earned income, gains, and a lot of it. If you wanted to have all the elaboration, check out my next podcast on grassroots income. And until then, keep listening, stay happy, and stay safe, stay connected to the mind business. Signing off with love.